Hello and welcome to another edition of Only in Illinois, your weekly video recap from Reboot Illinois. I'm Madeline Dubeck here with Matt Dietrich, and earlier this week we had Fitch's ratings agency downgrade Illinois bonds, and late this week Moodys followed suit after issuing a warning earlier in the week and did the same, and they actually downgraded some sales tax bonds and some Build Illinois bonds and some McPeer bonds, so an even larger amount of money. I think it's $33 billion or so in bonds.
Right, and both Fitch and Moodys cited the same reason, that Illinois, because we are of our budget deadlock, we're backsliding into the bad financial behavior that for years helped us build the worst credit rating in the nation by amassing these giant bill backlogs. We simply don't have enough money coming in to cover all of our bills. And right now, without a budget in place, we are spending at a rate of 90% of last year's budget.
Right.
Which means we're on a pace to spend $34.5 billion this year, but because our income taxes went down, we're estimated that we're only going to take in about $32 billion. So you have that going on, and there's no control over spending without a state budget.
Some of this was prompted by the Comptroller saying she's not going to be able to make one of those payments due in November.
Right. It started last week because Comptroller Munger said that a $516 million payment that's due to the pension systems in November is going to have to be postponed because we're not going to have cash on hand. And when we first got the warning from Moodys earlier this week, and when Fitch did its downgrade, that seemed to be the trigger that kind of signaled them that, Illinois, this is going to snowball now, and it's going to have bigger effects to come.
So most people out there are not concerned about the municipal bond market. They don't know what a bond is or understand it. They don't want to know, they don't care. Why should they care?
Well, they should care because when our credit rating gets downgraded, when any government entity's credit rating gets downgraded, it means that it's going to cost that entity more to borrow. These bonds that we issue for standard government functions are now going to cost us more. We're going to have to pay more on that. We'll be paying this year $2.1 billion out of our $30 to $35 billion general revenue fund budget. $2.1 billion already goes to debt service.
Interest.
And when our interest rate goes up, that number is going to go up as well.
So to compare this to an average household, this is like if you wanted to take out a mortgage or a car loan or even your credit card debt. Our credit score
it's terrible. It's the worst in the country.
Went down. Yeah. It just went down by two of the major credit rating agencies, which means we're going to have to pay a higher interest rate on our loan.
Exactly.
And so that's going to cost us more money, and we have no real way to pay off the bills that we're piling up and charging on that credit card.
And we should add too that Moodys and Fitch both cited one thing also, in addition to the ongoing budget deadlock, they said that there is no plan in place to deal with the $110 billion long-term pension obligation. And both of them said that the Illinois Supreme Court decision in May that ruled invalid the new pension reform law, that decision meant Illinois has to figure out a way to pay. We haven't done that yet. We haven't even taken any steps toward it. In fact, with the budget situation being the way it is, we're not even dealing with our short-term financial problems. So we have this budget impasse that's creating a big problem right now, but the ratings agencies are also saying, look, you need to show us how you're going to deal with this $110 billion pension obligation that the Supreme Court says you can't get out of.
So there's the $110 billion plus maybe another $7 to $10 billion or more from the short-term bill backlog, and we're going to have anywhere from probably 6 to 3 months to address all of that.
Yeah, we don't have a budget in place now. We assume that before June 30th, the end of the fiscal year, we will. But the way things look now, if a budget is put in place, say, on February 1st, that gives us 4 months that we'll have to pay off about, Comptroller Munger estimated $8.5 billion on December 31st. In 4 months, that's a pretty big, it's going to take a pretty big tax increase. If we want to go into the next budget year with all of our bills paid off and break the pattern that we've had for 15 years, it's going to take a lot of taxes and cuts.
And that's another reason why you should care and be paying attention to all of this, because this means a tax increase is undoubtedly on the way, or several.
There's no question about that.
Even with cuts.
And no one has said that. And even Governor Rauner,
even Governor Rauner
ardently
has said,
against taxes, has said there's no way we can cut our way out of this. And that this is how, of course, we got into the budget standoff. He says we got to put in some reforms, then we attack the budget. The Democrats say, no, we do the budget first and the other stuff is on the outside. Now, those positions haven't changed in the past week. And they probably...
The Moodys news came out late, so we'll see if that changes, but it didn't look like it.
No, the Fitch news didn't change attitudes at all, so still the same on the budget.
Okay. That's it for this week's edition of Only in Illinois. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next week.